Good evening, everybody. Probably not what you think tonight. Everybody's probably thinking, "Oh, what's the disease? What's the disease that's going to be happening?" There's a bunch of them, actually. There's a bunch of them, but we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about something that's serious. Yeah, there's some funky diseases coming in to the United States. I wonder why. I have no idea. Good evening, Tamara, Brandy F, Dragonfly, Cherie, Copycat, RCX. Tamra, the troublemaker. Who else is up in the house? Copycat. Good evening, everybody. Let's let a few people roll in because this is an important topic. I reported about a month and a half ago regarding the power grid and that we were getting warnings that the grid could go down. We've been talking about this for about a year and a half. And I really was thinking about this today. Another one of our wonderful prepper news channels came out with that there was another warning from DHS, Department of Homeland Security. So I went and checked it out. There sure the heck is. Folks, the heat will be the killer. The heat will kill people. Hey, uniquely written. Elaine, what's going on? I just can't with you, Elaine. Not today, not tonight. Oh gosh, be nice. But the heat is going to be the killer. It will be the killer. If the grid goes down, folks, what will happen? Many people will perish. Many people will perish. I mean, we have to really think about this. If we lose power, most people a day or 2 days. What's up, Brian? Long time no see, buddy. How's it going? Nice to see you. But we have to think about the grid situation. We have to really think about it in depth. And I want to talk about it a little bit tonight because how are you going to stay cool? Right now, here in the Ozarks, it's in like the 70s, 80s. But air conditioning isn't your only weapon against the heat. And the other thing I want to talk about is that it could be really bad for our elders, our disabled, and even us, any of us. You know, you get climbing into the 100 degrees, and all of us are going to be like, oh my goodness gracious, right? But then imagine if it happens for an extended period. What if it happens for 3 days, 5 days? What if it happens for 6 months or a year? These are the things that I really feel like we need to talk about because, there's some basics of keeping cool, but then there's all these other things that we really need to think about because if it happens, it will be we will hear it nonstop that this town got hit so bad that they perished. This person, perished because of the heat. And so I came up with some top 10 ideas. At the end of this, I'm going to talk about something really cool. I'm going to have to take that on the back screen to show you. What's up, Gladys? Gladys is up in the house. Glad to see ya. Boom. Nice to see some folks coming back that I've missed for a while. Uh-oh. Nice to see everybody. But it's one of those things that we really need to think about because see, like they're so evil. They like to give us warning signs. They like to tell us this is what's going to happen to you folks. Are you ready? Are you really ready for what's going to happen? And they tell us. They put it right in our face. They've been doing that for decades and decades and decades. So they're telling us straight up that, we had the threat of dark winter. Well, maybe we're going to have grid down and we'll have a double whammy. We'll have heat exhaustion and then we'll have a cold ass winter. So I really want us to talk about this and think about it. I think the main thing that a lot of people don't realize that, if you have a situation where the grid goes down, the problem is it's not going to come back up overnight. If we get hacked, which that's been going on big time, right? It's been going on big time. So if we get hacked, it's going to be a major catastrophe here in the United States. Our grid is so brittle. We've been talking about this since the Battlefield board last year. And so I want to talk about a few things. One, see, Mark's already talking about his house went from 75 to 85 in less than an hour, 87 degrees outside. Yeah, you're right, Brandy. Just like with the nuclear video, warning, warning, warning. Here we go. And I think that it's really important. I'm gonna have to drop this back screen because it doesn't look like the video is moving. I'm having some internet issues here. Let's see. The fun of living in the forest. I'm glad y'all like the channel because otherwise, otherwise it could be one of those situations. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get it to move. I am really bogging down. Dragonflies, do you have your internet on your phone? Okay. Wow. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help. Let's see if that helps. Sorry, folks. I'm having a little technical difficulty. There we go. Now it's moving. So I think a big thing is that we have to take some basic down to earth prepping and apply it and start making a plan right now. So one, of course, we need to stay hydrated. So you should be buying up cases of water right now. You should be carrying water in your vehicles. You need to wear loose, light clothing because that's going to be better than dark clothing for sure. The other thing is that when we get into this hot weather, I think one thing is I would personally do in my house is I would close the blind, I'd close the doors, I would not go upstairs, and I would make sure that the hottest room in the house is completely sealed off. You know, there's a lot of things when you're sealing off a room that it's going to keep that hot air from coming in. Now, I have a really cool project to show you too at the end of this. But ladies, you can go grab that dirty laundry, get a sheet, wet it in cool water, and remember your pressure points around your wrist, around your neck, on your forehead, and you can use those, right, to keep the heat off you, to keep the heat off you, which is really really important because if you get dehydrated and you have a power down situation, it's going to take a while to get back up into the last thing you want to have to do is think that you're going to have to depend on the hospital because in a down ground grid situation, the hospitals are going to probably be overwhelmed and not be there. Hey Mary, hey Scruffy, so that's like really important to think about too. But I have something really cool to show you because there's a lot of basic ways, and I'm going to talk about a couple of them. Of course, I got my notebook. You can take a bowl of ice and put it in front of a fan. Now, if it's a couple days into it, you're not going to have ice. You may not, you if you have a little solar generator, you can plug your fans into a solar generator. The other thing is to get your house as dark as possible, as quick as possible. Cook outside. Don't even think about cooking inside. Don't even open anything, even if you have gas power. Do not cook inside. Take it outside. Do most of your movement at night, especially in a grid down situation. Move around at night. Reserve your energy because you do not want to get dehydrated. Close the doors. We talked about that. Don't go upstairs. Don't do it. Even if your bedroom's up there, make a makeshift bed, sleep downstairs. Yes, cold towel around the neck, around your wrist, anything like that. Even if it's not that cold, even if it's just water, right? That's why it's so important. But take it easy. Don't get overly exhausted because if you do, you're going to have some major, major issues. I think that each and every one of us, we need to come up with a plan. You know, good point, Cherie. If you got a basement, use the basement. Make a makeshift room down there now. Make it down there now so that you can survive in a grid down situation. Because we talked about this over a year ago, right? Over a year ago on the battlefield board, myself, Roaming Prepper, Texas Red Leg, I think Farmer Son was on it, or maybe Cold War Prepper. We were talking about if the grid would go down, that it will be like a domino effect. It will affect the whole country. Then, as they start to bring it back up, parts of it will come up, and then it's going to push more into the other areas, which in return, it's going to be a domino effect nonstop. It could take years and years. And then we're so bought into the kill switch in China. China has made transformers that are in our power grid. They know it. I did a special at Off the Wall Prepper, and they know our government knows and allowed those transformers to go in. I think when we look back over what happened this last year and a half, and we look at Hoover Dam, for example, was that just a test run? Was it a test run to see what's going to happen? Well, come on, 1, 11, 11, I 11, 11, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1. It is. It's going to be like The Walking for everybody, not just out here. It's gonna be crazy. I think in the cities, we will see it erupt very quickly in a power grid down situation. I think that we will see so much violence that they will board up the grocery stores. You know, it won't take them long because in a grid down situation, they will not be able to operate the cash registers. I talked about this the other day that most of the grocery stores nationwide, their generators can only last 48 to 72 hours. That is not even for their freezers. That is just for the registers. So their freezers, and it came in from store managers that it will not happen. They will lock the doors. So we're looking at a 24, 48-hour span that boom, it's going to be gone, right? That is a huge thing. I want to say that there is some things that we can do, and I have been doing some research on this, and that's why I brought it up this afternoon. First of all, you need some plastic water bottles. This is a really simple DIY. So you get plastic water bottles. Right now, I'm going to show you this. Hold on. I want you all. You're sitting at home, right? I want you to take your hands and put them in front of your face, and I want you to blow into your hands like, right? You blow into your hands, and it's warm, right? But then if you go, it cools it down. Like if you do a, it's warm. When you blow out, it's cool. Okay. Now there's a reason I'm telling you this. So the bottles act the same way. The bottles act the same exact way. The bottle on one end is large, on the other end is small. So you're going to take these bottles and you're going to cut the large end and have them sticking out of a piece of plywood. Okay, a piece of plywood. And what happens is once you cut them and have them sticking out of the side of a piece of plywood, they use these. They're called echo coolers. They use this in Bangladesh, where it's very hot, 87 degrees during cool times, in the hundreds when it's warm. So what you do is you take the bottles, you put them into a piece of plywood, you cut your circles in the plywood. Okay, folks, cut your circles in the plywood. And then you're going to take and put a bottle in each one of the holes. It would be best to have like 12 to 24 of these. All right. 12 to 24 bottles. Start saving them now. It doesn't matter what size the bottle is, because what's going to happen is the hot, and then you place it in a window. And what happens? And when you place it in the window, the hot air is going to come in through the large side. It's going to cool and come out the other side. So if you have water, you can knock it down another 10 to 15 degrees just by doing this simple idea. Now, I got a bottle here and I want to talk about it. So I'm making one, but I'm going to make it with huge bottles. I'm making it with these type of square bottles. And I'll tell you two reasons why. One, it has a bigger area. So the hot air is going to come in. It's going to come out cool on this end, right? It's science. It's science. But what I'm going to do is, y'all can see the water in there. I'm going to fill this up to probably about a half inch deep, because then the water, as the hot air goes across the water, it's going to be even cooler. So when it comes out the other side, you're going to drop it probably another 5 to 6 degrees. So this is a very easy way, and do it now. If you don't ever have to use it, who cares? Who care? At least you're safe. At least you have a backup to the backup, because being prepared is a lot better than being scared and perishing because of the heat. So this will definitely work. I did some research on it, and they're using it in countries where it's extremely effing hot. I'm talking hot, folks. I'm talking like you don't want to have to deal with the heat in these countries that I'm talking about. I wouldn't want to live in any of these countries. Okay, so it's really, really important that there's certain things. No, I wouldn't say trust all the signs, Elaine. I wouldn't say that in any way, shape, or form. But this is a simple. We know that it's guaranteed. We know that it's actually real, right? We know that this is a real situation. So what I want to do is I want to pull this up for you all, and I want to show you. There's some really interesting things if you do the research. But this one is super easy, right? Super easy. And the thing is about using it is that you're going to be able to, man, if you have an elder or say you have somebody that's, whatever it may be, just you got somebody that just is not healthy, this is really going to help. It's really going to help. So let's check this out real quick. I'm going to show you a couple samples of them. I'm making one. I hope we never use it, but if we do, we do. And at least we have the opportunity to use it, right? And I think that that's really important because, folks, they always freaking tell us. They always tell us what they're going to do. And people go on to the next chaotic event and they don't remember. Just like Brandy F just brought up in the chat about the nuclear in New York. They were out looking for dirty bombs. Don't tell me that we're going to be able to keep sidestepping all the bullshit and the chaos. It's not going to happen. People in the United States were too lazy, we're too comfy, and we always think that it's not going to happen here. But I'll tell you what, things are already happening. Ever since they opened the border, there has been diseases that are breaking out in different cities that have never been here. Just what I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I did tell you so on this one. So I want to show this. It's very simple, folks. Let's check it out. I want y'all to make one. I want you to get prepped now. Prep yourself now. Do the things you need to do now and don't wait until a major catastrophe and think that you're going to backstep because it's not going to happen. So there it is. Look how simple. Now, this is another way you can make it. You can buy that little fan on Amazon for roughly, I looked them up, they're roughly between $12 and $15. So you just get a cardboard box. You can stick them in the cardboard box, put them in the window. Both ends need to be cut off, and then you attach the fan. You can use that fan. You could use it with a solar pack. So once again, the solar pack would be a great way, right? A great way to have something. Um, we are affiliate of My Patriot Supply. The link is in most of the descriptions. It's on the community page. If you want to help support the channel and you're not a member, you can go there. Um, the thing is I really think that you're right. I think that the smart cities is where they're trying to lead us. Before, I couldn't figure out how they were going to do this, right? But I think that they're going to try to heat us out, freeze us out, and global starvation is coming. I mean, I'm not trying to be a doom and gloomer tonight, but honestly, global starvation is coming. The wheat exports from Ukraine, I never even knew we got wheat. Why are we getting wheat from Ukraine when we could grow our own wheat here? Oh, that's right, because the Chia Pets own most of our farmland. It's a sad day in America that we've given up so much to be comfy that we haven't realized what's going on. And folks, now here's another one. I want to show you this other one. The other one is a big scale. So if you're a single woman or you just really don't have the time and the effort, buy one. You can buy them. And I'm not an affiliate. I just think this is a great idea. I think that when you look at countries where it's extremely freaking hot and they're using them on a regular basis, why wouldn't we want to prep up on this? Now here's a grand scale one, right? So there's one right there. I think that it's gonna happen. I don't think look at it, check it out. So if you want to buy one, go just Google. I'm putting it in the chat. Just Google Eco or Echo Cooler, but it's make sure you're looking for the right thing. Yeah, grow some balls. Well, I mean, honestly, why don't we have our own? Why are we just like what Brandy said? 90% of the Georgia peaches are gone this year. We have so many things going on. We have the the new Jabberoo for the chickens and the cows. It's been proven over and over again, folks. We really have got to get on point about food and really down to earth basic prepping. We really do. Yeah, you can, Mark. You could do that also. I got it. There's a great book out, and I've had it for a while. I've done some of the projects. I'm doing some more. It's called No Grid Survival Projects, and there's one that's really simple in here, and I'll tell you how to do it. It's actually kind of a swamp cooler. It's a DIY air conditioner. It'll run you about $50, and they say it's pretty effective. Get a styrofoam cooler, uh, again, a fan, and some type of power source, be it solar or whatever. I'm thinking solar all the way, folks, because I think when things come down to the nitty gritty, you're going to thank God that you do have some sun. But you could also do that bottle thing on a fan, and then you have the fan propelling it around with the water in the bottles so it would come out. I am going to do a couple. I will do mini videos on those demo videos and tape it so y'all can see it. But the cooler one is pretty good. Just make sure you use styrofoam. So get you a plastic cooler or a metal cooler is even better. But you're also going to need to probably use those coolers for food preservation, right? So there's we gotta weigh out our odds here unless you're gonna get both. The metal coolers are very expensive. The old school ones, unless you can go to a flea market or a swap meet or something and find them for pennies on the dollar on eBay and stuff, they're running for like close to $200 for one of those metal ones. Um, I wish I still had mine. I don't have it anymore. But you could use styrofoam, and I think styrofoam would be a great. It's a great insulator. The It didn't do much for you, the ice cooler. I think you need to have the fan, Scruffy. Did you have the fan? Scruffy Scrubs. Did you have the fan? No. I think that it's really important, folks, that we get on point about a few things: grid down and global starvation. Those two things are going to be the downfall of Americans. They're going to be the downfall because Americans are going to run out. Some Americans don't even have, I hope to God, all you in the chat have 30 days, 60 days, or a year's worth of food because it is going to be the downfall of America because no one is taking it serious. How many of you in the chat right now still have people in your family or friends or whatever that are walking around like there's nothing going on, that everything is just perfectly fine? I mean, hit a one if you have someone in your family or a friend that just doesn't see shit. And I mean, like, I don't know how people can continue on this path of not seeing what's going on. We have the falling down Joe that can't even walk on his own two legs, but I don't think that's his legs. We have all the corruption going on, but this is where we're at in this country, and it's been where we've been at for decades. This country is corrupt to the very core, very core. I have probably a negative social credit score now of negative 700. But you know what? I really don't give a shit. I think that good people are going to have to come together. And the thing is, don't give up on all those ones that you're posting in the chat. Don't give up on them. It might take an event for them to wake up. Hey, Lady Casca, it may take an event for them to wake up. The sad thing is without the rule of law, which we're already there. We're already there without the rule of law. We got people going into stores and everything else, just grabbing and running, and we got the crime rate completely off the chart. There's a lot of things going on, but without the rule of law, and we have a serious SHTF situation. I want you to think about this, folks. Within 12 hours, within 12 hours of that going across the country, a true SHTF, a true grid down situation, we are going to see ML, we're going to see riots, we're going to see murders, we're going to see robberies, we're going to see it everywhere and anywhere. And without the rule of law, the people that come begging will be the ones that'll come back and start demanding things from you. They'll be like, well, hey, Tamra, I heard, I know you got a lot of food. Could you give me this? And it's, oh, okay. Now, I'm not saying to not help no one. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is really beware of what you're doing because that $20 worth of food, that $20 worth of medical, that whatever may come down to the point that someday you need it. You're going to have to really pick and choose your battles with people. and you have to be very cautious. And we've talked about the gray man theory on this channel for a long time. Folks, I think we're at the breaking point. And I'm glad that every time I can turn this on and see you. And I'm not a doom and gloomer. I believe in faith, light, love, and hope. But I also believe that the way the world's turning right now in Utah, and I'm not shitting you, a school district just banned the Bible. Just banned the Bible. But it's okay for what the other things, the other agendas that are going on in the school. Now Christians and faith are under attack. Think about that. Does it remind you of a repeat in history? Does it remind you of something that happened in the 1940s? Folks, this is going to get to the point that everything we do is going to be under the gun, under the glass, under the camera, if you get my point. It's time to really get on point about everything you're doing and maybe figuring out how to cut some bills out of your budget and how to go forward. Yes, yes, they are. A parent put in a thing about the Bible, and now now there's a whole group of them came back about the Book of Mormon. So they're just like on it about all faith based. It doesn't matter to me if you're Jehovah Witness, if you're Catholic. That doesn't matter. What matters to me is spiritual people that are good people, and but this should remind us of something that happened in the 1940s. Segregation, putting people into little categories for domination. Except this time, world domination is occurring right in front of us. The NWO is right in front of our face. The WHO, the WEF, I'll say all the three-letter agencies because they all are in our face with this stuff. I think it's very, very important. Yeah, Clara's Kitchen, that's the Great Depression cookbook. She has a wonderful channel. God rest her soul. She was like 90 some years old, Passamaquoddy. Nice to see you. And she, it's time. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I 11 11 11. I whatever. I wouldn't blame you. But the thing is if you have medical issues, if you have dental issues, if you need new glasses, get your priorities straight and get them set up in line because it's very important, folks. I really truly believe sometime in 2024 that something is huge is on the horizon for the United States with the debt ceiling. The situation that happened with that, all it's done is send us into more of a spiral. It's sent us into more of a spiral, and that's going to be a catastrophe. It's in like the last 30 years, they've had 5 times where they sold off bonds in a 24-hour period. Quick sell is what they call it. It's kind of like when somebody gets your house repoed, when your mortgage goes belly up. Well, our government's belly up, and they are doing a quick sell, and I forgot the number. It's like in the trillions of dollars. I'm going to be bringing a news show to OTWP TV News. If somebody would drop the link for OTWP TV News, this is our safe channel, OTWP. TV News. I say what I want because, of course, the Tubi took down my big channel. But it is what it is. We go forward. And I think going forward is that we really have to get on point about a few things. One, getting out of the matrix. Like right now, my goal is to get ahead on the mortgage because I don't know if, they're not going to stop with the mortgage payment, but we could turn off the electric. We could turn off we don't have a water bill except when we want. We could turn off the electric. We could turn off the cell phones. We could turn off all that stuff. We could not pay credit cards, but you got to have a roof over your head or a car that's paid for, one of the two, so that you're mobile. I know there's a couple people on here that are making kind of a bug out type of vehicle. You want to think about when you go out, and if you're going to bug out of your area, you really got to be on point. You better have your shit together, and you better have a mag traveling with you because it'll become very, very dangerous very quickly, especially in the inner cities where we're already seeing a complete collapse. Yes, 2247. Do we need to pull you up out of the? We got a 2247 in the chat. 2247. Let's pull Huga up out of the. She's down a rabbit hole, or she thinks I'm down a rabbit hole, or I don't know. 2247, where it's a safe zone. We all need to really, we've been prepping, we've been preparing, and I think the day is coming soon. I think the day is coming very soon, folks, that there'll be no turning back, that it'll be full force ahead. Do what you can do. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get scared. Be prepared. Think long term. Think about your food supply and your food source. When you run out of all the things you've canned and all the canned food and all the canned meat and the dehydrated stuff, that will run out, especially if it lasts 10 years, right? Learn how to do your water, how to clean it, how to make sure that it's drinkable. You could still get a gut ache, so you need to prep for that. You need to have Tums, Pepto Bismol, Alka Seltzer, anything that can calm your stomach. And you might just get stressed out just from the situation. You know what I'm saying? You might just get stressed out from the situation, and Lord knows people's stomachs get tore up. Wow. Well, and we see some funny things going on around the world about banks. There's a lot of funny things going on, folks. We'll talk about that over on OTWP TV News as well. Yep, exactly, RCX, and that's where we're going to be at. I mean, if you really think about it, folks, that is the situation where we'll be at. There'll be no law, and the people that are out, there'll be ML, and then it's going to cause and create more confusion and chaos. I I think that each one of us though need to think about a way to stay hydrated, so that you don't become dehydrated. This little AC thing, like I'm going to use these bigger bottles. I think that you take this bigger bottle, you have a little bit of water in it, you turn it on its side, and I understand, Scruffy, what you were saying. Mess with it, alter it, figure out what's going to work, because or start lowering using your AC. I know some folks in Nebraska, and I'm not kidding you. They're in their late 70s. They have no AC and never have, and they've lived there all those years. And I'll tell you what, me and Dragonflies went in there. I thought I was sweating bullets. It was really bad. It was really bad. And they were just sitting around in their cotton tank tops and her moo you know. But I mean, honestly, it's going. We can also get our bodies to learn to adapt by lowering, not using the air conditioner as much, opening the window more at night, doing things like that, so that your body adapts to not always being in the perfect elements. I think that that's a really important thing. Does anybody else have any suggestions in the chat about keeping cool, keeping hydrated? Any tips, tricks, or anything that you'd like to share with the chat? This is all about us, folks, and it's about to get. I think it's about to go down. I think it's about to get to the point that we may wake up one morning and go, "Shit, where's the OTWP mag?" And I'm not kidding. Anybody else have anything that they want to put in here? I'm watching the chat now because, like I've said from the very beginning, this is our channel, not just mine. And I take ideas from you folks, and I hope that you take ideas from me. That's what really a community is about. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I agree with you. Now, see, me and Dragonflies, we've been doing some things. We got our electric bill way down, from 280, $300 down to $80, because I figured it out. They are charging us for electric across the country if you're plugged into the grid. Because I started talking to a lot of people across the country in different areas, and they were all saying the same thing. Like, I don't get it why my electric bill's almost $300. I don't get it why my electric bill's close to $300, over $300. How many of you in the chat and never on a normal basis, or I don't know, normal, like a regular basis, did you see an electric bill 300 and then all of a sudden you did, right? Because hit a one if all of a sudden you started seeing closer to the $300 mark and you never seen that before, because we never seen it. And I talked to my nephew and his wife. They had the same thing happen. My mother had the same thing happen. My brother, and a lot of people started telling me that. Even some of you in the chat started saying, "Yep, my electric bill's almost $300 or over." Hey, Patty. Yeah, coconut. I like coconut. Anything. Coconut water is the best. The coconut water. Who wrote that? Coconut water is really good. If you have, I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form, but coconut water goes directly to your heart. It's really good for you. Yep, electrolytes. Electrolytes. Well, and I think the thing is, Royal Linus, is it's better not to get into that position where you are getting dehydrated, right? Yep, that's about the truth. RCX, peanut butter, everything. That's good, Huga. That is good. That's a really good thing. Hey, Miss Lori, how are you? Yep, see, Dragonflies has got the numbers because we really were working on it, and I was like, there has to be some reason or some way that they're charging us. They're charging you if you're plugged in, even not if you're not using it. And I don't know about y'all, but like even our car insurance went up. Uh, Pretty much every bill we have went up some way or the other in the last 6 months. It's it's been really crazy actually, and it's hyperinflation. Yep, that's what we started doing. We started unplugging all kinds of stuff, remaining remnant, because it's working. Yours is up $100 in the last year. Wow. Mylar blanket's good for wrapping your electronics and solar panels and generator from EMP. I don't know about a Mylar blanket. Now they sell, the ones that they use in a dentist office. You could use one of those. You could use lead sheeting. I've never heard who said that, Pascal McQuaddy. Did you research that or what? I think the thing people don't realize too about an EMP though, most of the cars are going to go down for the count, right? They're going to go down for the count. There's not going to be no bringing the cars back. They're just going to go womp, and when they go womp and die, they're also going to create car accidents and other confusion out on the road, right? Yep, yep, I agree, Huga. Stay motivated. You had a power outage for 3 hours with no storm, no warning. Yep, and we had a power shutter. Who else? Mark in the chat, say yes or why and what state, right? What state you're in if you've had power, like a brownout or a power outage in the last month. Because, folks, I think they're telling us the truth. Your bus will go because no chip. Oh, well, that's good, Gladys. Getting that big old bus and hit the road, baby. Yeah, I love it, Gladys. Gladys will be in her big yellow bus. Boo! Hold on, I'm gonna do sound effects for you, Gladys. I've missed you. And Gladys, I want to let you know that I still carry what you sent me in my wallet. I really like it. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. A metal trash can is really good. You're looking at an EMP shield. I don't know, folks. Like, you got to have two or three of stuff because if you don't put it in there before an EMP situation, then, come on. You've had heat off and not using AC. Brandy's saying yes in the Northeast, yes in Western Wisconsin, yes in Missouri. Any other states can report in. Any other states can report in about power outages, brownouts. Well, and who was that? Who just said that they were out for 3 hours? Who was that? I forgot. Yeah, see, we got, yeah, it's really important right now. I like those, Gladys. I like those. I'd like to know where. Send me an email and tell me where you get those. I'd like to get a couple. You've seen, oh, you've been a Scrooge with the lights. That's how we've been. But also, I know people that are now cutting their bathing down to one time a week, and I'm not kidding you. I know people that are going down to one meal a day because of this. We're in a state of third world country. That's where we're at. Oh, really? Well, I'm glad to see your butt back in here, Gladys. Big, big prepper hugs to you. Let's welcome some of these lurkers in here and some of these old folks that well, we won't call you old anybody. Just welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to the off the wall prepper. We're glad you're here. Cut wood to fit your windows and slide it behind or under couch. No one will ever know. Exactly, Huga. And I think, Huga, that if you flew your drone in your house, I think that that could create some wind fraction. It might cool it off a couple of degrees. So could you use heavy duty tinfoil? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. What are you trying to protect? Your solar generator. Okay, they make a they have it Passamaquoddy. They have it on Amazon, right? I seen it. I was looking around for different kinds of protection, and they have a it looks like a car cover. So you can use it for your car, you can use it for a lawnmower, you could use it for a solar generator or anything you could get underneath it. But the thing is you're going to have it in place before an EMP would happen. And see, that's where people are screwing up. Most people, Amazon has them for over 200. I seen it for like I seen small ones RCX of those EMP tarps, and they also have the ones for your head. I've seen some crazy stuff. Y'all need to join us on Telegram at OTWP Underground. If one of the mods would drop the link, I'd really appreciate it. Y'all need to join us over there because I have been posting some stuff that we cannot talk about over here. 2 times a week showers here. Yeah. Well, and it will be a hard one. And the other thing too is you still got to think about sanitation and hygiene because honestly, Huga, if you go too long, you're gonna get some nasty, nasty stuff. That's for sure. You're gonna get some nasty stuff. Yeah, they have the fabric, the 5G, and the EMP fabric that you can wrap things with, and they have this new one, Mark. That's what I was looking at. Is this? It's like a car cover. It's a car. It's like a car cover, and I thought that was really cool because it's been tested and it has a lot of stuff that you could use it for. I like when we have these kind of chats, y'all, and you start throwing up ideas in the chat because we all need to help each other. Ha! Yeah, Lori, isn't that scary? I just said it. If you missed the beginning, I just said it. I said it's like a repeat. We're repeating history, and I don't like the repeat. Water tank is gas and electric, so we bathe, but 5 minute rule. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Another thing that you can think about that we've already implemented here in our cabin, if it's yellow, it's mellow, right? So don't worry about flushing if it's yellow. Leave it alone. You know, conserve the water. We've been doing that forever though, because we live off of a cistern. And every night we flush, the yellow, and we start fresh every day. We have a digester that we put into the toilet that keeps it smelling clean and fresh and all that stuff. Hygiene is really important. But we could all be like the Amish, and we're already there, is build yourself a little outhouse, get a little porta potty. You can look on Fakebook right now. They have RV porta potties for like 35 bucks. I found a few. I found a few on Macari too. So, I'm not shitting you. Did I just say I'm not shitting you? I'm not shitting you. Hey, yeah, but like seriously, get a RV toilet. Make sure you have plenty and plenty of trash bags because trash bags are going to be crucial. If there's a nuclear situation, you need trash bags because you're going to have to dispose of your clothes. You do not want to cross contaminate stuff. If you're in a clean environment, keep it clean and really take that to the point. Lady Gasky said, haha. Yeah, I do too. Tomorrow, folks, we have a 1 p.m. live stream for members only. Remember, it's not to exclude anybody. I love all of you, but it's just something we do every Sunday now at 1 o'clock for all the members. And then tomorrow night, we're supposed to have trivia. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get it done. I'm working. I'm working, y'all. I'm working on it. Um, but we have a lot of projects going here because I am trying to tighten up projects that I've had like started them and didn't quite get them done or whatever, or got sidetracked or whatever with my job. So I'm trying to get a lot of project and loose ends tied up because I think that we're going to see some things that none of us really want to see. I mean, I'm just being truthful. But make sure you get good trash bags too, Scruffy. And I would suggest an indoor and an outdoor trash can, right? Yep. Yep. I would suggest everybody make sure you get alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, your paper products. Think basics and make a list and just take it one at a time and do what you can do. If you're new to prepping, this is a journey. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to say that tomorrow it's going to happen. I wish I could pick up an 8 ball and magic 8 balls, shake it around, be like, everybody, hurry, run, but we don't have that. And what we do know is everything that we've seen in the last 2 years since we started off the wall prepper that we've seen a lot happen. And it seems like every day there's another catastrophe in the United States, another catastrophe. And I think that, it's like so many things are happening, you can't even keep up with it. That's just the truth. You just can't even keep up with it. Yeah. I think off grid is really going to be important, Huga. I mean, I'm being serious. Yeah. Milk and Honey said projects. Yeah, exactly. And we have to keep our boots on the ground. But don't, take time for your family. Take time for a break. Take time to go swimming. Take time to go fishing, go camping, because we only have one life to live, y'all. And we got to be thankful and keep living that life and go forward and go forward. I hope that all of you, I hope this brought a little insight of where I'm thinking at right now, because I really think that we're going to have some things that are going to happen. And when they do, I don't think there's going to be any turning back. I think it's going to be full ahead. I think that we all have a big FF event, and then once it happens, right, then we are going to be in the middle of the big huge shit show, and that shit show is going to be really rough for everybody. Uh, um, I would say be very think long term. If you can't afford a lot of um, freeze dried food, get your basics, get some things that can sustain you, right? Get some things that can make a difference, because that's like really important. Um, right now, I'm gonna get ready to close this down, but I want to say that practice. You keep practicing, you keep doing things, and you'll feel it. It'll happening, and you'll be like, okay, I got this. Then mark it off your sheet, mark it off, and go to the next situation. Like go through your list and just keep doing it, because it's really important that you have a goal, that you have a list of things to do, and that's like really super important. I want to say, Elaine, too. I missed your super chat the other night, and I want to say thank you so much. So at this time, I am going to share a video. You might have seen it, you might not have, but I really had Beth D a lot on my heart. I talked to Steve again last night. He definitely needs us, folks. Um, so you know, to all of you that are sending in donations for Beth D's memorial service for her to get cremated in her final chapter, I appreciate it. It happened so quick that it really brought a lot of sadness to my heart. But all of you have brought joy, light, love, and hope back. And Beth D will never ever be forgotten at the OTWP Mag. Just like Chicken Prepper, just like Dangerous Freedom, we've just like the Prep and Preacher. We've lost a lot of good people in the prepping community, and we got to keep going. We got to keep going. I made this with Beth D heavy on my mind, and it is about that time of the night to have a cup of coffee. So we're gonna watch this quick video, let you all chit chat, and watch my production that I put together. It really was on my heart, and it was all about Beth D and her meeting the Lord. And someday we'll all see Beth D again. And I want to say one thing about this video that I think I said it the last time I got to talk to Beth D while she was in the hospital in ICU. She winked at me and she said, OTWP, I'm getting there first. And she said, I love you. And I said, I love you too. Well, I could have picked 1,000 different horses in my video. And me and Dragonflies were talking, and I said, I'm going to go watch the video, because it just kind of brought me relief, right? And I'm watching the video, and the first horse that pops up, he winks. And I was like, out of all the horses I could have picked up for that part of the video, this horse had to wink at me. And so when you see that wink, that's our Beth D. That's our Beth D. She's watching over all of us. May she rest in peace, and may none of us ever forget how she touched our hearts. I love y'all. Thank you to all the members, mods, all the gifters, all the cards, all the support that you show for this channel. I love y'all. Big prepper hugs. Let's watch. Let's have a cup of coffee, or well, if you're in the mood for a shot, do the dang thing. But I hope y'all enjoy this.
Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. way down yonder in the graveyard walk. I thank God I'm free at last. Me and my Jesus gonna meet and talk. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. On my knees when the light passed by, I thank God I'm free at last. I thought my soul would rise and fly. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Some of these mornings are bright and fair. I thank God I'm free at last. Gonna meet King Jesus in the air. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last. Free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last. Free at last, free at last. I thank God I'm free at last.
I just realized this was in the other video, but I did two different videos. So go watch the other one. I just dropped the link in the chat and watch When the Horse Winks. It was like it like blew me away. It blew me away. I hope that everybody enjoyed tonight's live, and I hope it gives you something to think about. I care about all of you. Elaine, Dreaded Seeker, Off the Wall Prepping. Who the heck is Off the Wall Prepping? That's Off the Wall Prepper. Blow up the chat with Off the Wall Prepper. Caitlin. Caitlin's here. She's late, but she's here. I'm glad that everybody dropped in. If you missed tonight's live, if you're just checking in, you really need to go back and watch it because there was a lot of good information in this live, and I think that we all need to stay on point. Big prepper hugs. I'll see y'all. I think, do we have coffee tomorrow morning live stream? I think we do. Hold on. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see. I'll tell you all what we got going on. We have a members live tomorrow. Let me see. What else do we have? We have something else. Do we have, I think we have coffee with OTWP in the morning. I'm not sure. Nope. We have trivia. We have trivia tomorrow night. We have a members live stream. And then Monday morning, we have coffee with OTWP Mag. So that is Off the Wall Prepper. It is, let's, it's Off the Wall Prepper. So tomorrow night, I'll see y'all for trivia. Members, I hope to see you at 1 p.m. Central Time tomorrow for the members live stream. We're going to be cooking brunch and we're talking some down-to-earth stuff so that y'all don't starve to death. I don't want anybody starving. I want everybody prospering no matter what. We got this, y'all. We got this. And this is why we prep. So let's keep doing the dang thing. God bless y'all from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at in this big, happy world. Make today count. Make every day count. God bless you till I see you again, my friends. God's with us. Love you all. Big prepper hugs. Can I get some hugs back? Can I get something back? And make sure you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter if you're a lurker. You're welcome here. And if you'd like to, if you'd like to hit the thumbs down, oh well, they took that off the lives now. You can't hit a thumbs down. That's pretty funny. Also, here's the link to My Patriot Supply. You can also go to the community page, and that helps support the channel. We are an affiliate, so if you need that long-term food, please use our link to get it, because it really does helps me pay the bills to YouTube and for the channel. God bless y'all. Thank you again for all of you that have been sending in gifts for Beth D, and big prepper hugs and much love to each and every one of you. Lady Casca, bootylicious. Big hug, Caitlin. Big hugs to you, Tamara. Everybody, take care. Until I see you again, my friends. God bless.